Welcome back, YouTube. Michael here. We're going to do part 2 of the 65 Mustang today. Kind of already got started here a little bit with removal of the floor pan off the subframes and the transmission tunnel. Alright, so we're making pretty good progress now. We got the floor pan completely removed from the subframe. Used the air hammer and a bucking bar. We got a little bit more cleanup to do, as you can see here on the bottom side, which is where I'll be welding. But on the top side, we're just trying to make it smooth and flush out so that the pan sits down as smooth as possible all the way across the trans tunnel on the other subframe. So we're getting ready to cut the firewall out of it. And as you can see here, coming up, and we didn't all the way cut it through from here, and from here up is not cut. But I was working the grinder from here and only broke through, just freeing, what is that, probably 8 inches from there to there. Freeing that up, we seen a shift where the body of the car, the whole entire body here, just wanted to settle down. Got to looking real good, and pretty much the firewall is all that supports the body here to the front subframe, if you will. It just basically, if you weren't paying attention and you cut through that, the whole body of the car would just collapse. So we went ahead and cut some more angle iron and put some bracing in there from here to here and inside this subframe channel up to here on an angle, and welded it just so the body can't shift side to side or fall down when we proceed to cutting the firewall out of it. I'm not sure what these panels here are called either, but we got replacement panels for that. So we're gonna come down and separate it from there and here, cut the firewall completely out. We got to pull the steering column out, and then once we do that, we'll be going in with the new one. And we have a nice Mustang book to go off of, so we're going to look into that too. It gives you a bunch of measurements to make sure that you position the floor pan where it's supposed to go, as well as the firewall. All right, John, you want to tell them what you're doing there with the bucking bar and the flat set?
Yeah, take this flush set and the bucking bar, and as I hit it on one side, it makes the bucking bar bounce on the other side, and I can get a flat run on this where it got a little twisted up. You know, that stuff happens. And then same with this side. Basically run the flush set here with the bucking bar behind it, and it bounces, and it'll make it flat.
So it's just squaring it back up from where the chisel may have got it a little bent out of shape.
Distorted it a little bit, and then, you know, yeah, we get it all back flush, and then we'll grind it down, pretty it up real good.
Like this side over here.
Yep, yep. And we'll start test fitting the firewall.
All right, John, I see you got some fancy tools out now. You know, let us know what you're gonna do now.
It's a little bit of sheet metal stuff. Basically, we're gonna line this up with the top of this edge here. Then we're gonna drill a couple of holes through here, cleco it in place so that it'll hold the firewall in place while old Mike there starts tack welding a couple of spots just to hold it all. Then we'll go through and finish it up.
All right, sounds. Alright, so this will conclude part 2 of the 65 Mustang floorboard and firewall replacement. So the important parts of today were once you cut the firewall out, make sure that you put some kind of support bracing from the body of the car to the subframe. And then also something we learned about a 65 Mustang is the steering column is one piece with the gearbox. So you have to disconnect the pitman arm and the 3 bolts bolting the steering box to the frame and pull the column out into the engine bay. And it's not like a GM where the steering column goes out into the interior. But so we got a couple welds on the firewall. Still got a few clecos in there holding it in place, but that's where we're going to stop at for today. Y'all tired?
A little bit. Tired.
Yeah. So make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and look for part 3 coming soon.